Today we are looking at the renovation of our signature suite, the Chateau suite, which is situated in the oldest part of the chateau, a part that dates back at least to the 1200s. This suite will be decorated in a medieval style. The first job was to remove all of the old plaster and render from around the windows. To do this, we use air chisels. It takes quite a long time and it's a really messy job, but someone's got to do it. As well as removing the old plaster, we'll also repair all the damage and the cracks. Now that we've completed the first stage, it's time to give this old room a makeover. Let's bring in Charlie the plasterer. It really is incredible how the plastering transforms this dirty old room so quickly. We are only plastering up to the window reveals, leaving the beautiful stonework clear for everyone to see. What an amazing transformation that was. These little chips in the stonework were put in to help the old plaster adhere. Sadly, it's also really damaged the stonework. We did not plaster the back wall where the four-poster bed is going to sit. This is because we're building a false wall to hide all of the electrical cabling. These metal stud walls are really fast to put up, much quicker than the old method using wood. Of course, if we speed the film up, it looks even quicker. Around the time that we were building the stud wall, we noticed a couple of guys working in the village with a Manitou. We offered them a little bit of cash to come round and help us. We wanted to get rid of all of the old radiators and baths. They are made of cast iron and they are incredibly heavy. Not easy to try and carry these down the stairs.
Chateau! Ça y va, ça y va, ça y va. Vas-y, tire.
The Manitou turned out to be a perfect size to fit through the window. What luck we had. The French guys were really careful and they did a great job.
Vas-y. C'est bon? C'est bon? Vas-y, sur toi. Hop. Voilà. rooms.
A job very well done, I think, and a great example of Anglo-French cooperation. We want to save as many of the original features of the chateau as we can. With this in mind, we are renovating all of the old oak windows, sanding them down, repairing them, replacing the broken glass, renewing the old putty, and then finally repainting them all. A little bit of manual labour, certainly a job that I can do, no problem. Well, I think that's a job very well done. Now we are at the point where we can start fitting out and decorating this suite. The electrician has been in and wired all of the 3 rooms. All of this wiring has been discreetly hidden inside the walls. Here we are preparing the walls ready for the oak blocks which we will attach the lights to. These oak blocks have been made from old oak that we have recycled from the chateau itself. I really love the way that we've finished the plaster off around the edge of the stone. I think it gives just the right effect. All that remains to be done is to give the oak good wax and fill in round the edges with some plaster. Then the walls will be ready for painting. Now we are really cracking on. There are 4 of us working in the room today. Grant is sanding and repairing one of the doors, ready for painting. Baldy Bob is doing some pointing and repairing the wall underneath one of the main windows. And then we have Lewis prepping the ceiling, ready for some painting. These doors are really quite old. They are original to the chateau, although I'm sure they've been moved around to different rooms over the years. They've had quite a few repairs to them, but of course we want to keep them. We will put a window seat underneath this window. It has really nice views across the front garden. We have some beautiful embroidered silk curtains that will hang in these windows. They came from another chateau and are absolutely stunning and will fit the room very well. We will also have the same material dressing the 4-poster bed. I think the effect is going to be amazing. Now that we have finished the messy work, it's time to start the painting of the room. I'm really excited about this. As I've already said, we plan to do this room in a medieval style. Bright primary colours, lots of patterns and motifs. Here, Grant is using a stencil that we bought from a specialist company to put the first patterns onto the wall. This is a long, slow process where great care needs to be taken to achieve the best result. Grant is the perfect guy for this job. The reason that we are dabbing the paint on is that it gives it a slightly older look. So now it's time to see how it's come out. It looks amazing. Really pleased with that. These little blue dots allow us to match the next pattern perfectly to the last one. They will then be painted out at a later date. I am really pleased with this effect. I really feel like the room is now starting to come together. This suite has actually existed in my imagination for the last few years, and I've been buying antique furniture to furnish it with. We have reclaimed terracotta tiles called tomettes from other parts of the chateau that date back to the 1600s. I cannot wait for it to be finished and to see how it really looks in the flesh, and to spend a night or two sleeping in it. We have already lit a real fire in this room, and it looks amazing, the light dancing around with all of these colours. Yeah, I don't know if that one wants a little bit of heat again on the back of it.
It's gone down now.
Yeah, but it wasn't sticking very well to start with.
Right, okay. When we take this up, I'll just add a bit more spray on there, because when I cleaned it yesterday, a lot of the old diesel come off.
I was thinking about making some of the fleur-de-lis a little bit 3D, you know?
Yeah, you can quite easily do that with a bit of a little bit of highlighting or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And I think if we put a second line above the lower brown one, I think that will work. It's quite therapeutic, isn't it?
I think so. A lot of people wouldn't say that, but because painting is one of them jobs, any painting really, for me, you can just fucking switch
Well, I
up.
don't like normal painting, like painting plain walls, but this is
Yeah.
when you really see the result.
Yeah, that's why I like doing windows, because
When I'm cleaning windows.
the more,
With your ukulele.
the more fuck they are, the better for me.
I mean, the transformation when you turn those windows around, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's,
And it has such a visual impact from the outside.
it does, because they're such a, people, when they take these windows out and put a new version of a wooden, they're not the same. When you can get them up, even with the glass and everything, when you get them up, refurb, you can't beat
They
it.
really kick, don't they? When you put the lights on in a room as well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. When you outside at night and you see the lights on in the chateau, it's like, wow, it's alive again.
Yeah, it's criminal to change them. And there is a lot of work in them, but it's well worth it.
It's preserving the history, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You can't just go down to B&Q and buy a new set of 300-year-old oak windows.
I mean, I've done lots of. There's a company, they're called the London Sash Company, and you pay £3,000 a window quite easily.
Yeah, no, sash windows are fortunes.
They are, and they don't even come finished. They just come in a primer, and it's not that great.
Just big profit.
Yeah.
But I've seen some chateaus, that people are renovating. They're putting PVC windows in and modern windows.
My God, kill it.
Savage.
Absolutely kill it. Shouldn't be allowed.
When that's, in the UK where you've got this sort of grade 1 and grade 2 listed thing, that's a good thing with that.
Definitely, because it forces people into keeping it. And
Yeah. And like over here, you can choose to be listed or not if it's not already listed. But
oh, really?
yeah, but you've got, you have the responsibility with these places. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. We are now turning our attention to the back wall of this suite, the wall that the four-poster bed would sit against. We are keeping with the medieval theme, but taking inspiration from a room in another part of the chateau. The room was the Petit Salon, one of the oldest parts of the chateau. Because of dampness, some of the old plaster in this room had come away. Plaster that we believe dates to sometime in the 1800s. Underneath this plaster, we found even older decoration. It was a style of decoration that we believed dated from medieval times through to the 1600s. Recently, a medieval expert has had a look at this old decoration, and they also believed that it dated to at least the 1600s, if not earlier. As you can see, it is a design that imitates blockwork. To imitate it certainly took a lot of masking tape, but it was all completed in just one day. We decided that we would also add a pattern inside each block, repeating the pattern of the lower border. I am so happy with the way that this back wall has turned out. I love it. Now we will turn our attention to the door into the ensuite bathroom. I love to watch Grant paint. He has done it all his life and he is so skilled at it. The professional brushes that he uses allow him to do a lot of freehand work. This saves a lot of time by not having to mask everything up. We had thought about just waxing the doors in the Club O suite, but we decided to paint them for two reasons. Firstly, there was a lot of repair work that needed doing, and this wouldn't have taken very well with waxing. And secondly, the doors are very patterned, they have a lot of moulding on them. We really thought that this moulding needed to be highlighted. The strange thing was that when the doors were very dirty and mouldy, I hadn't really noticed the patterns on them very much. It was only when they were cleaned down and sanded that these patterns became really obvious. We decided they definitely needed to stand out. We understood that to fit in with the medieval feel of the room, the doors would have to be painted in bright primary colours. We were very conscious that we really had to get these colours totally right. The doors are the focal points of the room, and if we got it wrong, they really would stand out like a sore thumb. We tested quite a few different colours until we settled upon the ones that we thought worked the best. This door is actually the second door that we've done. The first door we experimented quite a bit with. We did change the colours a few times until we thought we had it right. So with this door, we have the colours right from the start. Because we are using silk paints, which are quite shiny, The doors are really going to catch the eye. We really had to do a lot of cleaning and sanding down of these doors. They were extremely dirty and there were a lot of repairs to be done before the doors could be primed, ready for painting. This door will lead into the ensuite bathroom, and the other side of it is not so patterned. The plan at the moment, unless we change it, is to just wax the door on the other side, not to paint it. Before deciding on a medieval theme for this room, I did a lot of research. A lot of it was online, but also visiting other chateaus in the area. For the last couple of years, I have been downloading lots of different pictures with different styles and ideas, and then putting them all together to come up with something that I feel will really work for this room. There really is no way that you would use these bold colours in a modern house, but I am convinced that when this room is totally finished, it is going to look amazing. There is still a little bit more work to do on this door, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Part 2 of this movie is now available on our video channel. If you have enjoyed watching this video, why not click on the subscribe button that has just appeared? Also, check out our Patreon page in the link below. On there, you will find other ways in which you can help and support us in our project. It really does mean a great deal to us that you are interested in Chateau and preserving its wonderful history. Thank you.